Hey guys, Coach AP coming at you from the BHG headquarters located here in St. John's, Newfoundland, Canada. Today we're going to be talking about some hockey players, not baseball, not basketball. We're going to be talking about hockey players as per usual on this channel. Also, if you're wondering what the hell this big trophy is, that is our fantasy football trophy, Zebra Cats Cup. Definitely a lot of street cred by winning this trophy, especially after many years of drafting aging quarterbacks and aging wide receivers. So we're going to be talking about BDB to the DFR. And I know some of you guys are thinking, well, that sounds like 416 to 905. Put your hands up in the air, move them side to side by Maestro Fresh West, or maybe you're not because it wasn't really that popular of a song, but I love that because I love my Canadian rappers. Yeah, so we're going to be talking BDB to the DFR. It all stands for individual players. So before we get into this, I'd like to give a shout out to my friends at Massage Addict. Check them out. They're on Elizabeth Avenue they're in the same parking lot as Lawton's Drugs across the street from Dollarama on Elizabeth Avenue. Check them out online or check them out on social media too. So go in and give a little shout out to Louisa. She'll be at the counter. Say hi, family run business, super nice people. So without further ado, let's get at it.
I'ma make noise in the street, please. All that fake love you can.
All right, so BDB to the DFR. What does that stand for? Well, the B in that BDB stands for Brett Budgell of the Charlottetown Islanders of the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League. And guys, this is a player that kind of gets overshadowed a little bit by that really strong Newfoundland age group in 2001, which in my opinion was the greatest age group of Newfoundland history. You feel free to comment on which age group you think is the best of all time in the comments below. However, that's just my personal opinion. I will be making a video about that someday. But Brett Budgell kind of gets overshadowed a little bit by Alex Newhook, and rightly so. He started his pro career last night with the Colorado Eagles. Congratulations, number 43. Guaranteed that wasn't his first choice. However, I thought he played pretty well. Get the AHL TV. It's like $25. And I think you get it for the rest of the season. You can get like just Colorado Eagles games if you want. So it's a pretty good investment if you want to watch him play for 15 games or so before he gets called up to the big show. Now, kind of gets overshadowed by Newhook. Budgell does. Kind of gets overshadowed a little bit by Dawson Mercer, another great player in that age group. Mark Rumsey gets a little bit of a rub at that age as well. However, Brett Budgell is a player. You can see it in the statistics this season. He has 13 goals, around 50 points in just over 35 games. Those are pretty good numbers. This was a second-round pick in the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League. He's had a really good career in the Qs, played a couple of years, 200 games. Congratulations, Brett, for playing 200 games. That is no small feat. And is also wearing the C. This guy in Charlottetown, an Islander, also captained an Islander team. So I like to see that. However, Brett Budgell is a guy that plays great two-way hockey, and he skates with us. He skated with us a little bit of Christmas, skated with us last summer. This is a guy that I see developing from 2 years ago when I first started working with him a little bit. It was very, very sporadic, but definitely a guy that I've seen grow as a player, and you can definitely see the speed, the size increase, and he's a really good fit on that top line in Charlottetown right now with guys like Thomas Casey, who just signed with UNB. So really, really good team. I think that the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League could be won this season by the Charlottetown Islanders. But I'm not counting out Liam Leonard and the St. John Sea Dogs. I know you're watching, Lenny. Now, so let's talk a little bit about the D here. That is Liam Dutcher. Now, like kind of covering the mic was Liam Dutcher. Liam Dutcher is a 2005-born player who currently plays for the Western Kings of the Newfoundland Under-18 AAA League. And I spoke to Mark Robinson about this player. This was a guy that didn't have a great season offensively for the Western Kings, but Mark Robinson sings his praises. Mark's the coach of the Western Kings, was a great hockey player in his own right, Newfoundland Hall of Famer, and I have a great deal of respect and admiration for him as he was a very good player and a tough guy to play against. So he's talking about Liam, and he was really singing his praises. He was saying he's a good skater. He was talking he might be the fastest guy in our team, AP. So he also talked about his vision and how he likes to work down low in the corners of the offensive zone and often comes out with the puck. So, I went back and took a deeper dive, and you know what? Mark was right. And here's a little clip of Liam Dutcher that I liked, and I watched, and I'm like, okay, this guy's got some potential, and he's potentially going to be on the draft list for the Quebec League. Definitely do your due diligence on this kid. So take a look.
O'Neill with the puck. Looks it over to Dutcher. Back to even strength here now. Dutcher with the puck. Dutcher comes around to the back to normal Wells, and that just goes off his stick. There's the shot, he scores! And that's off! So we're back on the board.
All right, so right there in that clip, you get to see Dutcher's speed, the way he can attack with overspeed, and just coming around there with attacking with crossovers, good pace, smooth skater, and a guy that can do things with his head up. Nice little pass into the seam there, so showcases some vision. I can't believe this guy doesn't have any goals this season in the midget league. I've watched tape on him, and now you can see he goes to the net hard. It's like he just has a snake in his boot. He can't buy a bounce, and he's in the right places. So I think this is a guy that's going to be making some noise in the Newfoundland under-18 midget AAA league next season. I think you're going to see him towards the top of the scoring. My opinion, I think he's going to have a breakout year. He's a sleeper. Check him out. Liam Dutcher, look him up. If you don't know, now you know. Now let's be talking a little bit about the B and that BDB. And that B stands for the East Coast Blizzard. Now, the East Coast Blizzard, in my opinion, they're a good, solid hockey team, good on the back end right now. I mean, they got a little bit older unit on the back end. This was a team that finished first in the Newfoundland and Labrador Midget League. And this is a team that's going to be playing against Central, okay, in this year's playoffs to start out in the first round, which starts Friday here in the city. And they've got a couple of guys in 05 right now that are generating some buzz, but they're up front. So we're going to talk a little bit about those guys. Just a quick little rundown. Let's go over. We've got Landon Toole, lots of speed, lots of energy. You've got Ryan Lovelace. And this guy's got some high-end skill. Well, he flashes that high-end skill on a regular basis. Nice shot. He plays on the right side. And him and Toole have played a lot with Tanner Hawkins. They've had a successful season, and Coach Mark Lee rewards that line with a lot of ice time. So kudos to Mark for giving those young guys lots of ice time. But the third guy I want to talk about is Tyson Snow. Now, some of you guys remember the name Rod Snow. Was a heck of a rugby player. He's basically a small appliance with legs, and I think he's in the Newfoundland Sports Hall of Fame. This guy is like the go to rugby here in the province. Tyson is his son. And I think that just having that athletic genetics is going to make a difference in Tyson's career. This was a guy that the first half of the season I was watching, I'm like, okay, maybe he's trying to run around a little bit to get noticed, but you can see the intelligence, the positional play, the IQ. He plays really well away from the puck right now. Coach Lee sings his praises, saying he's a real smart player, and he's also got a physical, gritty element to him. He's a bigger boy. He's about 5'10", 5'11", about 170 pounds, just pretty physically mature. I got a feeling he's going to be a thick, strong, big kid that can play in your bottom six and be successful at the next level. So feel free to check those guys out this weekend. Check the games out on Instat, Hockey TV. I think it's on Hockey TV. I'm not sure, but check it out on Instat. It'll definitely be there. A little quick plug to Instat. Ryan Stacy's going to love me because I'm always singing their praises. Great program if you have the software online. Tremendous. Anyway, moving on. Who we're going to talk about now? Jaden Dyke. Okay, Jaden Dyke is 2004. This guy, in my opinion, is a really good hockey player who nobody's talking about. Everyone's sleeping on this kid. I think you're going to see him probably fall in the Quebec League draft somewhere in the mid-rounds. I think that's where I think I have a grade on him right now. I think he'd be somewhere in there. Now, whether or not he goes there is up to the teams, but I think that this guy is mid-round gold. He's gotten bigger. He didn't play much last year, which understandable. He wasn't very big. He stayed to the perimeter, and the coaching staff of the Growlers didn't use him much last year, but they're using him a lot more this year. He plays with Michael Strapp, who's another high-end. He's an 05, who I think is going to go high in this year's Quebec League draft. And I think that Dyke has a lot of skill. He's got good edge work. He's got size. He's 6+ feet. He's about 170 pounds right now. I like his game. I like his game a lot. I think that he's good edge work. He's big boy, protects the puck well, creates turnovers with a good stick in the offensive zone, and he's also smart. So in previous years, I was like, man, this guy likes to stay to the perimeter too much. But let's take a look at these two clips. One showcases just his IQ in the offensive zone, and the other clip showcases the fact that he can use his body to win battles in the net from in the O zone. Check him out. So there you have it, guys and gals. Little couple clips there on Jaden Dyke. Also has a really good sister. Laura plays under 15 AA boys. I think she's going to be a good player too. That could be the next like Newhook family of Alex and Abby. You never know. The Dyke family. I got to say, she's a good player, big, strong defenseman. Look out for her potentially in the next couple of years, prep schools, universities. You know, so that's what the cool people do now, apparently. I don't know. I'm just trying to be cool. All right. Who's next? F. Jacob French. Tri-Pen Osprey. This is a guy that has a north of 930 save percentage in the Newfoundland and Labrador under 18 AAA Major Hockey League and has a sub 2.5 goals against. These numbers should be talked about a little bit more. Let's get some eyes on this kid. I mean, they're going to be playing the Growlers in the first round. Let's see if he can steal a game or maybe a series. I think that, you know, he's had a good season to date. He's a first-year player. And I think, you know, let's just take a little bit more of a look. This guy's a good athlete. I think there's some potential there. I think he has to keep improving on a lot of factors. And he's not that 6-foot-tall guy that a lot of guys are looking for. But I think that the small goalie is making a comeback. Just like Velcro shoes, just like LA gear, just like, I don't know, anything else that's making a comeback. I don't know. I just don't really hang out outside the rinks too much, so I really don't know what's considered cool anymore. So anything that's making a comeback, the small goalie is making a comeback. Colton Ellis is showing that this year with the Charlottetown Islanders. Not a super big guy, but just signed with the St. Louis Blues. I think a guy like that is going to start that small goalie revolution. So Jacob French, he's only 5'10", but you know what? Do your due diligence. I think that this kid is an athlete and has potential to steal some games, and he's shown that in his career. Now, before we move on to our last person, we're going to talk about 10 Clothing Company. Just want to give a shout out to Dan and James Cadigan. They're our buddies with VHG. Check them out at the Ron Cadigan Foundation. That's roncadiganfoundation.ca. All the proceeds from this charity go towards helping youth here on the Avalon Peninsula, so it's a good cause, always making sure that we're giving back. So last but not least, the R is Haley Ryan. Now, Haley was selected for the Scotia Rising Stars program with Hockey Canada. And that was a program that was like a webinar program, one about bi-weekly program that was done by Hockey Canada and Cassie Campbell. And Newfoundland right now has a lot of good female hockey players. And I think that if the ACC, the Atlantic Challenge Cup, goes ahead in Thanksgiving, I think that we are going to see that come to fruition. I think both teams, the under-18 female team and the under-16 female team, are going to be good teams. And I think it's just going to kind of culminate the development of a lot of players here in Newfoundland on the female side of the biscuit. A lot of good players. Make sure we're looking. 2006 here is loaded, in my opinion, especially on the back end. Haley Ryan is a 2005, and I think that she has a great career ahead of her, especially if she's a great student. I think she's like a 97, 98 average in high school. So I think universities, prep schools, take a look at this player, do your homework, check it out. So I think right now the female game is on the up and up here in the province. And I'm super excited to be part of that. So good job, ladies.
I'ma make noise in the street, please.
Now, if you're interested in watching some of our female players here at the under 18 or 18U level, I should say, feel free to check out our YouTube page under our 18U Female Development Program. All the games that we've played in the VHD program have been posted to our YouTube channel. So if you are a prospective college program or you are a prep school program, feel free to check out those games and contact me, AP@VHG Hockey, if you're looking for rosters or any information on any players. So we're always trying to get eyeballs on our players here in the province, because we want to be mentioned the same breath as Nova Scotia. Why not us? So I'm done talking now. Feel free to check us out on YouTube. Please like and subscribe to this channel, guys. It makes a big difference in being able to and put a lot of time into these videos. We will be making lots more in the future. Check us out on Facebook @VHG Hockey, Instagram @VHG Hockey, and Twitter, it is VHG Hockey with an underscore, and I'm gone.